Does that mean it's recording?
Yes.
So. Hi.
Hi.
So I understand you're going to open a cafe.
I am.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, it's in downtown Grand Ledge.
Okay.
And it's currently run by a woman who just wants to just be done. She's been running for 10 years.
Uh-huh.
And so I've been talking to her since last August about buying her equipment and renting her space. So originally she wanted to try to sell me her recipes and her name and all that kind of stuff for a lot of money, and I really don't want her name and her recipes. So
Oh, okay. So I see. So you're gonna come up with all your own recipes.
right.
All of them yours.
Right.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. That's exciting.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, so I talked to her for a few months about the price of her equipment and different things, and we went back and forth, and that was a pretty interesting process. But when we finally sat down and made a decision, I was really happy with the results of the price I got for her equipment and that kind of thing. She's been really great. So
Good.
yeah.
Good. So what kind of equipment is in this deal?
Well, it's a pretty small cafe, so like an oven and an espresso machine and a microwave and like soup tureens and coffee pots and like silverware, cups, plates, that kind of stuff.
Sure,
So,
all basics.
right.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's in downtown Grand Ledge.
It is, and
Wow, neat.
one of the things I'm excited about is that it's the only place in downtown that will serve breakfast. So I don't have,
Oh.
and the only place that really has coffee. There's no Big B or McDonald's or anything right downtown, so I don't really have any competition there.
So you would have a monopoly on the downtown coffee spot.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the community was concerned when they heard that Linda was leaving, because they wanted to make sure that it was somebody that was going to be in there and still providing coffee, because they were concerned that they wouldn't have their coffee.
All right.
So they were happy to hear that I was coming in and doing something similar to what she's already doing. So that's good.
Well, nobody wants to be without their morning coffee.
Right.
Especially me.
Right. Yeah.
Huh. Well, what ideas do you have for the menu?
Well,
Sandwiches and salads and that sort of thing?
yep. Well, I'm going to be doing breakfast and lunch, so I'll be closing in the afternoon. So I'm not
Okay.
going to be doing
So no
dinner.
dinners?
No.
Mom, can we have
So
something to eat?
so for breakfast, I'm going to be doing. Hey, buddy.
We're filming something for my class right now, Henry. Please stop.
Okay. So I'm going to be doing breakfast.
Henry, stop it.
Such as quiche and scones and cinnamon rolls and bagels and that kind of thing. And then for lunch I'm going to be doing soups and salads.
Wow, neat.
Yeah.
That sounds really exciting.
Yeah, I have some ideas. There's a lot of kids that are downtown Grand Ledge after school and in the summer. So I was.
Will you stop it? Because the more you do that, the longer it's going to take us to get this done, and the longer it's going to take you to get to your chocolate fest. All right? So just stop it.
Are you gonna restart this and do it again?
I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to edit, I guess. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So anyway, I'm going to try to do some things to cater to the kids down
do
there.
it?
And I'm sorry,
Guys, you need to leave this room now.
So I'm going to do some things that are going to cater to some of the kids downtown. Like I'm going to do a soda flight, different flavors of soda, kind of like a beer flight, but soda, and cookies, kind of like an after-school special for them to come in and get that.
Wow, what a neat idea.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of unique, and we're going to have do some candy and different things that'll kind of appeal to kids too. And then in the summer or during the produce seasons, I'm going to try to do some recipes that are kind of like farm to table, like utilize some of the local farmers markets and some of the local farms around here and get stuff from them, and that'll kind of be like my special menu. I don't really want to do that all year round because it's kind of expensive to do that all year round, but I'm going to have specials like that. So
Wow, that sounds really neat.
Thanks.
So you're going to be doing your farm to table menu in the summer. Are you also going to be running a regular menu at that time, or no?
Yeah, I'll have my standard menu, and then the farm to table recipes will be more like my daily specials or weekly specials. So.
Okay, so just one or two of those at a time then?
Right. depending on like what's in season, you know, like when strawberries are seasoned, like a strawberry shortcake, or like in the fall when squash is coming in, like squash soup and that kind of thing.
Wow, that's neat.
Thanks.
What about like cakes and pies and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking I'm going to focus more on smaller baked goods like muffins and cupcakes and cookies and things like that. I might do like one flavor pie a day. You know, maybe do cakes. Or I'm not really a cake baker or cake decorator. I don't have that specialty. I'd be more comfortable doing like banana breads and that kind of thing rather than like a decorated cake. And there are other places around that do cake decorating.
Oh.
So I don't really want to compete with them. And pies are just, I unless you're known for your pie and you're a pie specialty shop, I don't really think pies sell all that well. I mean, you could bake a bunch of pies up and sell maybe like 1 or 2 slices that week, and it's just kind of a waste of pie. So I was just thinking I might have like one pie a day, or you know, if they last a couple days and see how that goes. But I don't really want to focus on pie.
That's interesting.
One of the things that I was really concerned about when I was considering this adventure was how it would change our family dynamic a lot, because so far since we've had children, I have had part-time jobs and a very flexible schedule, so I could usually be around for them after school and
Right.
go on field trips and that kind of thing. And so I wanted to make sure that anything I decided to do would leave me at least still some of that flexibility.
You think you'll still have that?
I do, in a way. I mean, you know, one of my keys is finding a really good manager and somebody that I can trust to be there when I'm not there. And since I'm going to be closing in the afternoon, my goal is to be home with the children after school at 3:15. Like, I still think that's really important at their young grade school age. When they get older, they'll be busier, it might not be so important. But right now, and that's why this particular business appealed to me, as opposed to doing something else that would take me away from home more at night. So I think it will, and my goal is to make it still work. One of the harder things will be in the morning, because I'll be gone so early, baking and getting a coffee shop ready. So when you and I talked about that, and we were trying to figure out how that would work, I thought that the idea of having a woman from our church come in, like a retired woman, to help get the kids ready for school and off to school, so you were free to get to work whenever you had to, was a really good idea. I'm really glad that we found Sheila to do that.
Yeah, I think she's going to be a real blessing for us in that way.
I do. I'm a little worried though, because when I was talking to Anna about it, I was telling her about it, and she was like, "But you're my mom, and you need to be there in the morning, and that's what moms do." And of course, that was like a little bit of, I felt a little guilty, but at the same time, I knew that once everybody got used to it, and Sheila's really awesome, and that this really is a good financial move for our family, and I think there's potential for us, for the cafe to do really well, that everybody's going to have to make some sacrifices, but I think in the end, they'll all be for a good reason. Financially, and we'll have our own business, and if we get a good manager, and if after a couple years when everything's running smoothly, I feel like I'll have a little bit more freedom and a little bit more flexibility that way. And, you know, the kids they're just going to have to adjust.
Yeah. Well, you know, they will. Kids will.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and they're good kids. They'll figure it out. I wish my morning schedule was more concrete. Unfortunately, it's not. And I end up having to go in at odd times sometimes. So.
I know. Well, it's been really hard for you with the weather, but
Yeah.
I think once the weather breaks and it gets better, it'll be a little bit more consistent.
I certainly hope so.
Well, it's got to.
Yeah, it couldn't get any worse
I know.
at this point.
I know.
So.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm feeling a little frustrated right now because you know, I'm not taking over the cafe until the end of April, and I still have my 2 jobs now, so I'm trying to do both of my jobs, get everything ready for the cafe, and then still have all my mom and home duties, and it just feels like I'm really juggling a really lot right now.
That's a lot to juggle.
It is, and I'm okay most days. I'm pretty okay. Like I kind of just take it one day at a time. I've got all my lists going of everything I have to do, but I do feel kind of stressed out. But there's a really good plan in place and goal, so I just keep focusing on that. So,
Well, awesome, babe. I know that you can make this work.
Thanks.
Because you're a hard worker, and you have a good plan.
Yeah.
You have an excellent plan.
Thanks.
So I wish you the best, and I know you can make it happen.
Thanks. Well, your support through the whole thing has been really amazing and very valuable. And all of your background that you've had in restaurant management and things like that has been really valuable for me to like bounce ideas off of you and talk to you. And I know when we first started talking about this, you were really hesitant and like had a lot of concerns. Well, it's a risk. I mean, it is a big risk. I mean, I'm quitting 2 stable part-time jobs to start this, and we have to take out a loan, and there's a startup time that will be, uncertain and that kind of thing. But I think that's one of the reasons why you and I complement each other is I'm just full of big ideas, and you're always like, okay, but let's think about these things, and it's good. It's good. You make me think about the things I have to think about, but you still support me in what I want to do, so that's really cool.
Well, I do what I can.
I know.
Well, thanks for talking with me about this.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for being supportive.
Sure, anytime.
All right.